Well, greetings, hello, and welcome back. Episode number 34 coming at you. I'm ImperialJedi, and what a beautiful day in the city. But, alas, oh my goodness, I think you guys kind of saw this coming too. I actually saw a few comments. I got very, very ambitious in the last episode. You can even see it from here. Look at that. What is that? I'm right over here. Beautiful day interrupted by traffic. Sounds of horns, honking. Oh dear. So, I mean, you know, where do we begin? Well, clearly something went wrong. I'm not going to point any fingers of blame here, but I think I maybe have done something that kind of borked this. But, you know, it's actually not a bad thing, because it gives us a chance to maybe tinker around some traffic, see what we could do for some fixes. And I actually have one in mind already, so it's kind of a good thing this happened. And I think last episode we already talked about that too, right? So you kind of knew it was coming, I think, right? But yeah, I think the plan here is not necessarily to make this any wider, but let's not maybe bottleneck this so much, right? So why don't we move, number one, the tram stop out of the roundabout. Let's change some of the roads going in and out, and we'll make maybe a little bit of backup, a bit more of a priority here, and we can kind of introduce something with the bridge. Okay, but that's kind of what we'll start with. The overall goal for this episode is to just continue with the population push. I actually wanted to fill in some more places along the way. A little fire here. And it's not like we have too much further to go, but I think we definitely have to go up with population. And I keep getting this comment coming in. Doesn't matter what episode it is, but we just need like more of a downtown, more of an established area, you know. That's what that little cinematic we did. A lot of the comments were like, "Yeah, the city's great, but," and I was like, "Oh no." So they don't see it the way we see it, you know. So I think we definitely have to keep pushing forward, and it would be fantastic to get the university going. I think what the master plan is, because also going into the last episode too, you guys were like really just overwhelmingly in favor of trying some asset editor stuff and some road creation. So I think what we'll do is maybe make that into a half episode, so we don't have to take away too much, you know, from the grand scheme of it all. But if you're kind of curious how it's done, like totally feel free to dive in. And we're overdue for a detailing episode. So that's kind of two half episodes right there, essentially. One for creating stuff and then one for plopping it down. And I think what we'll do is shoot for the milestones first. Get this area like rocking and rolling in terms of the campus. We'll see how much space we have. Then we can build some oversized assets in the asset editor and kind of fill some holes. And that'll give us a chance to maybe put some stuff in here too. Because we talked about doing like a big old park through here. We know there's going to be some rail elements. So we got to start, you know, kind of piecing all this together. And it's going to be such, I mean, how do we even think about doing this? But the rail, if we do this properly, will sneak through here. There's a possibility of a station even in here, which would be really cool. And then we maybe make a bridge over this a little bit here, and then merge up with this, and then head to the island down that way. I mean, what a crazy thought, eh? So we'll see how this all unfolds. I'm very excited, you know. And I feel like we've got just, you know, a lot of content to make still. I'm in no rush or anything, but I'm very curious in a fun way to kind of see how this goes. So let's pick up the pace. Say you'll be building. Say you'll be filling in some areas and just starting off with some traffic tinkering here. But you know the plan. We got lots to do. And we'll have some fun along the way. Okay. So for us to make this functional, we're going to have to make sure we've got enough room here for a full tram just to kind of chill. And I think to make things a little bit easier, we'll just use the tram road. Yeah. And that, you know, all we need is like 3 vehicles worth of length in here, and I'm pretty sure that will do that. So now we can drag this over. Moves that over, which is good. And I was thinking what we could do is maybe feed the trams in through a different direction, so we're not forcing them into the roundabout if they don't have to. So why don't we go back down this way? Bonus points, because now we can do another loop. And we can now get rid of traffic going in and out here with the trams. This can just be regular road again now. And then hopefully those poor trams sort themselves out. And we could even, in fact, do this asymmetrical both directions. Oh, no, you know what would be even better, actually. Hold on, we even just said that, too. Yeah. Is going from, like, this into this. The only thing is I do foresee some city skylines traffic being a little bit silly and taking this themselves. So I might actually have to introduce a roundabout, not exit, sorry, words. I may have to introduce another lane coming in from the roundabout. And we'll do the highway so it's a little bit more enticing for people to take that, leaving the roundabout versus going in here and exiting. Okay. And then I think we can just redo this as well. Oh, actually, you know what? Pivotal. So before I get rid of that, I have to make sure that it's we're anchoring this pillar, right? And I can't go into the inside, so we'll keep that there. Wow, my words are just broken today. The not the pillar, the node. Because yeah, if I get rid of the intersection right here and I put that road in, it'll just warp the roundabout. And I have a sneaking suspicion that will be a tricky one to put back together. Oh, that's cool. But you know what though? Maybe put that on the inside so we can go to the roundabout. Yeah, that's better. Okay. And then this will just reconnect to here, and we'll just move this intersection up. So even more homes getting destroyed. Sorry about that, folks. And we'll just, yeah, straight shot that, make it easier. Okay, so we want a little bit more high density. We know this. Maybe replace those guys with high density, since we have to replace them anyway. Eminent domain, forever and always real. No zoning here, and you know, that should be okay. And then just fill this back in. Okay, so that means we actually don't need this one. This also has to be tram. Cool. And then what we'll do, I think, is maybe give priority so that the roundabout can exit a little bit faster. So stop sign, and then this can be the through and through. Okay. Now, my favorite part, press and play and hoping that everything works. Last time we got very ahead of ourselves and thought everything was going to be A-okay, then we ended the episode. And then when I booted the city up, I was like, oh my god. So, whoops. But again, these are kind of fun, right? So, think of this like a blocked river, and we just moved some of the obstacles, and we should hopefully see the water start flowing again. Okay, so the people are moving. And we'll just double check that there's enough room here for a tram to hang out and not block the roundabout. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, actually, well, it, oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, that may have to respawn itself. I think our tram's a little broken here. You know what? Let's give this a minute, and we'll come back and see. I keep thinking that's enough room. I'm sure it is, but let's just give that a minute. Okay, so we're showing for some commercial. I definitely know where we can sneak some in. Down near the university campus. One of many. We have so many university campuses, but the downtown campus. And, you know about the noise, right? So I don't like putting these too close to the residential. So I think this is not a bad spot right here. Maybe there's a little bit of offices. And I was kind of thinking, too, we might maybe try pushing across, just for the residential push for today. And the fact that we got some tram tracks going over here is kind of an interesting thought, too. Yeah, so maybe try that. So we'll let that commercial zone in. Nothing wrong with a nice straight road through here. But let's not go too straight. Actually, you know what? Maybe we can keep that as a nice, nice straight stretch. And this could lead up to like a little switchback or something. I think I have something planned for the hills. It's gonna be an interesting one. It's gonna be a little bit challenging to pull it off. There's no real rush for it, and it could be another one of those Project X videos, where we're gonna be working on something and you're not quite sure what it's gonna be until the last minute. You're gonna be like, oh man, of course, how did I not see that? Or maybe, you know, maybe it's a little bit obvious, who knows, right? Kind of the fun. We had really just overall great feedback from the Project X episode as well. I keep thinking this will work here. Yeah, there you go. And then we'll just lower this. I just love the way the tunnels look. And then just a little bit of terraforming and a plateau here. And we should try to do some more work with the hills here for zoning. So Project X on the top of the hill, and then a little bit residential zoning down here. Cool. And I don't know how the tiles are going to work just in regards to us buying that direction, so let's kind of pretend that we're not really going out any further, and we'll just keep the city in here. And I do have the day-night cycle on. You don't have to adjust your monitors. Your eyes are not deceiving you. The sun's going down. Is it a beautiful sight? Ooh, we still have a few more minutes to go before that crisp sunset. So we'll come back and look on things in a second here. But let's get some building done. That way when we're out oogling at stuff, the city can build in the background. Okay, so I feel like we should have a road that kind of follows the curve. It doesn't have to make a tunnel. Oh, you know what? That would have been so much better if we had just a hint more room to build off. That's okay. Just adjust our curve slightly. There it is. Oh, then we can stay to the top of the, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What a great idea. Okay, I'm gonna pause because this is the magic hour right here. When things become the day-night cycle completely with the sun about to go down, like this is it. And I have a lot of requests to see the city from this kind of perspective, so let's find a good view. Oh yeah, there we go. And we'll just admire the sunset here for a second. Yeah, guys, I'll try to do some more cinematics, especially as the city gets bigger. It's really fun to like watch all those when the, like, if we ever get to the end of this playlist. Holy smokes, right? But yeah, we make the city a little bit further along, right? Oh, I love this song so much too. What perfect timing. Yeah, you know, the city's big, almost finished. You watch like 6, 7, 8 of those in a row and just kind of see how the city grew. Maybe we should have done some more in the early days when the city was very small, but I think we've come a long way. Still so much to do. What a wonderful little city this is. But yeah, definitely lacking a downtown. Is lacking the airports. Is lacking the major stuff. Where's the shipping? Where are the sea lanes, you know? Gotta stretch our sea legs here. Okay, let's do some casual nighttime buildings. It's kind of cute. And we'll keep things a little bit on the easy side to follow along, just because it's dark over here. Okay, so just so we can get some zoning squares filled. And then we can maybe zone a park or something off here. And we have actually a nice uphill. I didn't even notice that initially. That'll be fantastic for zoning. Okay, so we'll put the big boys down here on the main road. Let's sneak into the hills here. And I'm a broken record at this point, but at some point we will come back and we will put in backyards and that kind of stuff. And in case you're just like hopping in now and you're like, what do you mean? What I like to do, because it's been so long now, you guys have probably forgotten, is I take assets from the Park Life DLC and I'll do things like individual backyards. In case you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Detailing, haven't heard that in a long time. I know, eh? The only thing about the hills is, good golly, we're gonna get some weird zoning issues, right? So you never know how this might unfold, right? But you can hide those issues with some trees, right? And 4x4 is the max it can be, and then any combination within that for the zoning square. So 3x2, 3x1, 4x1, 4x2, you know? 2x2. They're coming at you 2x2, whatever you want, right? So it just adds a little bit more life to the vanilla builds. And sometimes, you know, the hills work in your favor. Sometimes they're a little wacky and you have to restart, but that's okay. All right, so if we are moving over here, we gotta make sure we got things like power, which we don't. How are these guys not complaining? That's very interesting. And it's, you know, good old-fashioned regular services, right? Like how are we getting, you know, medical and stuff over here, right? Probably making our own. Okay, that's not gonna come in because we have no demand, so let's switch this over to commercial. Sweet. And then same idea here, just to get these guys connected to the power grid. Okay. Not that we have too much further to go, but I'm going to move down the road with the tram track here. And the goal, if we accomplish this, is to get the tile down here so that we can get the industry. So we'll follow with a tram down here so people can get to work and stuff like that. Yeah, I just don't know how it's all going to work, but it'd be really cool to get another highway connection too. Okay, before everyone starts complaining, let's get some water. Cool. Easy peasy, he says. Yeah, easy as apple pie sometimes. All right. There we go. And yeah, just some simple services over here. So we'll put in, because it looks really nice, a hospital.
Italian leather.
Let's switch this. I'm a sucker for like 2 or 3 of these stations only. You guys notice that? Okay, we'll try to blend the hill a little bit here. It's challenging because it's the end of the map. Yeah, so just because of the hill itself, I'm actually going to move the hospital a couple squares over so it's not competing with that. And it seems like the hospital's independent of the hill. Yeah, I like that. Very nice. Okay, so we'll push for some commercial. And I don't necessarily want to make this too commercialized, so why don't we, whoops, I right-clicked on something. What did I hit? Oh, did I unzone? I thought somewhere. Maybe I got a lucky landing. Anyway, let's just do a little more commercial zoning over here. Satisfy the demand. I feel like I'm all over the place right now. What's going on? Get back here. And maybe just fill this in too. A little bit more life out of the concert ground. Okay, back to some services. So not that we really need coverage, because crime, like honestly, it's fantastic at this rate. We moved up from 6 to 7%, but like you can see, we don't really have full city coverage, so we're not really destroying our budget. Day-night cycles will affect your budget differently. Just random FYI. But I guess we'll put some police over here just for the sake of having some, but in my mind, it's not like the single greatest priority, you know, which is a really good thing to have. So people are educated, they're happy, they're healthy, they're making smart social choices, which we like. And a fire station, because that's a, oh boy, that one we'll never get away from. Okay. I'm gonna put on 3-speed here. Hopefully we'll get a little bit lucky here with some more of the zoning coming in. And to help encourage that, this is kind of what we were talking about before, right? Making like unlimited demand cycles. So if we put in like a school, put in a park, this area just becomes so, like you just want to live here. Too good to pass up. Why would you not live here, you know? Oh, excellent. More use of the hills. More zoning squares coming in. More chance for some fun. A little dog park, yeah. Very nice. A little plaza here in the top corner in front of the school so we can still see the view. And then we could do, over here, a high school with a basketball court. That's kind of a nice little combo that we seem to always use. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so here's the other money shot. Let's pause. Let's get the sunrise. Oh, I just missed it. Oh, fiddles. Just missed it. But yeah, new day is dawning on Lakewood, New Lakewood. A little bit of light rain to welcome the morning sun. Man, this game really is beautiful. Okay. Rain for the trees. Help grow them big and tall. Okay, so we put this back to 3-speed. We do notice that the buildings are coming in, so I think our efforts here are being rewarded, which is good. And as long as we've zoned the whole way through, yep, we have. Should be okay. So let's now go back and let's check on the initial start and see how traffic is doing in that roundabout. Ooh, some rain ASMR. Okay, so the bridge at first glance looks pretty good. Good thing we didn't have to widen that. People seem to be using, I think, everything properly. And again, at first glance, I don't see anything immediately glaringly wrong here, except for a lot of people wanting to use transit. Hopefully they have their umbrellas because they're waiting out in the rain. But yeah, fantastic. What a night and day difference, eh? So that's good news. Let's put it on 3-speed. Let's watch the flow. So I think the key to it is the bypass, because look how much traffic is using this, right? And looks like traffic is behaving. They're not really going through the roundabout to turn here. They're actually using the highway part of the bypass. That's such a good win when that happens. The only thing I would say, though, is we may not be able to really keep up with the demand. That was a good one we got right there, but this is something that could be replaced or supported with a metro. So I'm not really sure how the metro is looking through here, but theoretically, if we wanted to, if this is getting crazy talk, or when we get the university going, we got a metro line maybe coming through here. Sneak it around, who knows? But yeah, I wouldn't say it's any one form of public transit that is the best, but when you have them all working together, and then if you start to flood and kind of like, you know, like, what's the word I'm trying to say here? Like bottleneck, like overload one particular line, everything kind of falls apart, right? And then more people will be using the cars because it's a faster route. Okay, well, still, again, a lot of commercial demand. So why don't we just move on up with some more commercial? I'm not looking to zone that, but we could zone down here. And since that building doesn't need those 2 squares, we'll just move them. And just a little bit of filler. It might be a little bit confusing to get to that spot there, but I think it'll be okay. And then call me crazy, but let's just do that little shopping spot. Okay, and then just along here too. I'm not filling it up completely. There's a little bit of a blocker between the highway. And the more of this demand we meet, hopefully the more residential we'll be able to sneak in here. Okay, and speaking of residential, I do want to try to get a little bit more high density in. So let's start zoning a bit more of these pockets. And these are some of the areas we wanted to come back and do the detailing for anyway. So more of a reason to come back here. Can't get over how, like, it just seems like the episodes, like, you know, they just melt on by. Insane that we're this far in. I still feel like we're laying down the first few roads. And then when I think back actually how long ago some of that was, it's crazy talk. Okay. Yeah, these kind of areas, like, they never really became a traffic issue, right? So I think we might be able to be a little bit ambitious. And zone slightly through here. Okay, detailing. Maybe detailing as we go. Maybe we need, like, a different approach. A little bit weird with the hill there. Actually, go the extra tile there. Why the heck not? Build this right up, you know? And then, where's my new favorite tree? There you are. Cool. And we do get a milestone if we fill up 7 of these. I don't know if we've mentioned that before. But we had a lot of comments come in for using some bigger buildings, that kind of stuff downtown. I honestly don't remember if we mentioned this or not. But if we fill 7 instances of the cemetery, we unlock the Grand Central Terminal, which would look amazing downtown across from a 6-track station. I don't remember if I've said this before or not. So if you're like, Imperial, you said this, then okay, I said it. If not, yo, that's a great idea, right? So why don't we throw down some more cemeteries? That's sort of the long right here. And I feel like, you know, there'd be a cemetery in the old, like an old cemetery around here somewhere, you know? Yeah, maybe in one of the farming areas. And they'll just need their own power line.
It's Super Salmon Days down at Fish Brothers.
Oh, is it now? Okay, my 2 stations. Actually, you know what I wanted is, yeah, Sunset Harbor for the end here. Okay, so if we can fill 7 of these, that'll give us that. I don't really normally milestone hunt, but it'd be kind of cool to get some more of this stuff, especially the unlocks to go with them. Okay, now where can we sneak in a few more of these? Yeah, I don't really want to take away from our residential population if we don't have to. That might be nice, right against the rail's edge right here. And if we nestled this in with some trees. Oh, actually, that's a really good little blocker. And then, of course, variety, spice of life. Very nice, very nice. Cool. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful. So I was talking about earlier, right, with the roads being a little bit glossy. I think I said that last episode. It's kind of why the day-night cycle doesn't make too much of an appearance, too. Hard to build at night, and then when it rains, you know, it's a glossy road. But if we angle ourselves just right, it's not so bad. Okay, yeah, I think around the library, we could probably sneak some more stuff in here, too. Just thinking onwards and upwards of their population. Okay, and then how many more of these do we theoretically need? What does that look like? We did 4 already? Okay, so we had to have placed 3 more. And we just did 1 and 2, and then where's our 3rd? Oh, over here, of course. Okay, too much with slope. All right, well, let's build out an area. A suitable area for a little bit of zoning, and then we maybe keep the hill kind of vibes alive here. Some overlapping plateaus. So this one can meet down there. Cool. Then we get some buildings up here, that means. Let me smooth this one. Not a crazy plateau, but maybe just enough room that this is where a cemetery was put once upon a time. And because it's maybe old-timey, roads don't really line up too much. And that should be just enough room right there. Well, that's so quaint. Maybe even a dead-end road. Cool, okay, I like that. Cute little story that goes with it as well. And then just to make some fun use out of the height, get rid of this and that. Okay, so we'll cross our fingers that that'll all fill in. And then 55,000, we're so close. I feel like we're just going in a small circle, though. I think we only added about 1,000 people to today's episode. So yeah, let's build this out a little bit more while we still got some time here. Just because we did see it, I am going to take the day-night cycle off. A little bit crazy when the music suddenly stops right there. And we'll keep the rain alive. And then it's some long commanding lines for the tram road. Well, that's interesting that it actually goes up the hill. Maybe you can meet this a little bit more effectively. Oh, I do like the idea of that. Okay, so we'll right-click here, make the plateau for the road to come in. And then right-click, and then left, and then we'll drag. Wow, that's a cool one. Oh, that's so cool. I like this. And then maybe these are some of the old, you know, wagon trail roads or dirt roads that got repaved. Less emphasis on keeping it nice and symmetrical over here. And then just for simplicity's sake, in case you're a wide vehicle, a little bit easier for you to make your turn through right there. A bit more forgiving for the intersection. And then this can also just, yeah, perfect, sneak through here. Use the curve point here. Yep, nice. Oh, that's supposed to be a wider road to meet up with this one. Okay, switch this. That's kind of boring. So go straight and then curb a bit more, and then a side road will connect to that one. Yep. A little bit of chaos in the streets here in the design, but yeah, I like it. I feel like it's in a weird way like organized chaos. And it seems to kind of achieve like a bit more of an organic kind of feel. Sorry, the roads are very glossy. I don't think that really takes away from the overall design of the city and the flow either. Good use of the hill space. My only criticism though is like if you're a high school student, how the heck do you get up here, right? So it's a long way down. And I don't know if these two are suitable, but if this connects, that would be really nice, I think, just for simplicity. Yeah, that's nice. Let me straighten that line out, yeah. Yeah, that's better. More accessible, too. Okay, let's do some casual zoning. See how this likes to unfold on its own. Bit of a mix through here. And maybe some tall buildings up here, just for some fun. Still does seem to be pretty high demand for some commercials, so we'll throw a bit more of that in. And as tempting as it is, I think we're going to leave this little bit on its own with some more trees. No zoning in there. More of those guys. My favorite one, of course you saw this one come. I love this one. And then maybe like one little commercial building. Who knows what it ends up being, but one little commercial building. So you have another cute reason to come up here. Okay, times 2. This one could get downgraded. Okay, about to cross. There's 47,000. I feel like that's making some progress now, right? And then I don't know if we have enough infrastructure yet to maybe pull a set of transit lines through here. But we are getting close to that. Yeah, see how traffic interacts. Like, there is just the one way in and out. That's another another thing too, right? And I can't make this any wider because of the tram tracks. Theoretically, what we could do is add a tram bridge, a second bridge, make that 6-lane, but maybe we'll bring that over from here too. Oh, I'm so excited to see this unfold. I'm getting a little bit impatient kind of feeling. But yeah, enjoy the ride. Like, where are we going otherwise, you know? Okay. Getting some more commercial where commercial is needed. Going up in density. There's a little bit more in here. Okay. And yeah, let's try and sneak a few more buildings in here. The sneak attack. So you guys like the way I say those kind of things? Like, Imperial, there's nothing sneaky about what you're doing. Well, yeah, you know, we gotta phrase it that way, though. And this kind of stuff sometimes doesn't work in your favor, so maybe we can just do wall to wall and see what gets replaced. Yeah, I wouldn't say we're running out of room. It just, like, real estate's getting a little bit more expensive here. Land value's gone up. Some of the more desirable areas have been filled. But I do think fundamentally we have a lot of room left. And hitting our milestones should be doable. Just switch that over. Okay. Yeah, I feel like just through the last few minutes, guys, let's do a little bit more building here. Sorry to kind of end things on a little bit more of a quieter tone, I want to say, but this is coming together nicely. Yeah, I kind of thought we'd hit a little bit more of a population moment here. But that is quite all right. And again, we'll just kind of pretend like this is how it's going to end for the moment, but we may have to reshape part of this later on. And you know what, if we don't do a tram through here, what would it look like if we maybe brought a bus line? I think that's something we could do, right? Just have a bus come through here, sneak around one of the roads, do a lap. Yeah, if we have a bus come through here from the university or this area here. Okay. Oh, we have no buses in here organically? No way. Oh, this would be perfect. It's only getting the regional ones. So the way the buses have to exit, though, eh? Yeah, we're so close to this. Can't do this, you know? That's all right. Help out a little bit the stadium. And then I think it's a little bit more important to go to the hospital. So why don't we have... the stop on the angle here is going to be a little bit challenging. See how that ends up looking, though. What a beautiful song this is. Yeah, I guess we're going down here with our bus loop. And then this way we can hopefully get some interaction between the trams and the buses. And the buses is more like, if you live here, you get the neighborhood vibes, you can get around to your friends' houses, get to the shopping, but more importantly, you get to a closer tram stop, and the tram will bring you faster into the depot. Yeah, that's great. Now I'll change this. Right on. Now that too, that should also get the people wanting to move in here. Now there's the transit option. I do believe for most of the buildings you need public transit, at least nearby, for it to get to the highest level. So if we want the muchos to pay in tax dollar people at the highest level buildings, we gotta make sure there's transit everywhere. So don't want that to be lacking. I think it kind of is a little bit. And what's the point of all this tram infrastructure if you got no trams, right? So that'll be coming soon too. But yeah, trains. Not too bad of a start over here. Pushing across rather nicely too, eh? How this is kind of organically unfolded. We got a beautiful spot for parking here, which is great. So some walking paths to connect the two. Let's do that really quick. I'm just like, you know, I feel like this episode was a little bit all over the place. I do try to have some good structure and stuff, you know? But I feel like today I'm just like, what are we even doing? The stuff I wanted to do, we already did. We finished it. It was easier. Easier than it needed to be, knock on wood. That attitude is what gets us in trouble in the first place, by the way. Yeah, as always, guys, if you have any suggestions or anything, you just let me know in the comments. And stuff that you love seeing, Like, I'm trying to just get more episodes out, so I'm not saying the content's going to get bad or anything, but, you know, can't all be winners, right? But no, I'm just going to try to get this out a little more frequently. And hopefully we'll see some more games make an appearance, too. Sorry, bro. Let's get some trees in here. And if we do Park Life DLC park in here, we can snap to the pathways. Florence Hill, that's nice. Okay. I don't really, like, I'm not really worried about making money off these, so redoing the gate and stuff is, you know, it's all good. Don't really think we need to do that. Interestingly enough, it said it was going to delete the road, and it did not. That's interesting. And then in the interest of making that look a little bit nicer, why don't we just do this? And then unzone that. And that should be good. Okay, now because we've got this, we can actually snap some stuff to it. Oh, that's fantastic. Oh, especially the way the hill just changed right there. Oh, actually, yeah, move that over. And so the snapping, it's only possible if you have Park Life DLC. You create the district, and the services get brought in via the gates. So fire, that kind of stuff goes through there. And then otherwise, yeah, just nice little snappable buildings. And if you do the park overlapping with a tram, just the tram only track, you can also plop on those. Oh, that's great. Let's get some benches in here. By the way, this is what our detailing episodes are kind of like. But we just snuck some of this in now. I just, you know, wasn't planning on it, but here we are. I don't say I tricked you, but we got you. So yeah, if you enjoy this kind of stuff, this is what our detailing episodes are about. A little bit more just kind of casual chit-chat, too. A little bit slower paced. Oh, that's nice. Not really vibing the, yeah, that's better. The bush thing, that's what I was trying to say, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's it, guys. I feel like I'm a little bit all over the place, but let's end here. That's not a bad episode. So hopefully the graveyards will fill up. And when we unlock that, we can use it downtown. Let me know if this the multi-track station works for you. I think it does. I think we talked about that, too. I swear, sometimes, you know, I just forget what I said. It feels like one of those episodes, you know? But yeah, definitely going forward, we are going to be moving into the university campus. We have the asset editor, we have the road editor, and we have some detailing episodes, and just some generic building. And then moving into downtown, another Project X will be making its way into the mountains, which you'll like that one. That'll be a neat one. And yeah, that's kind of it. Small town, more work over here. We're going to start revisiting some of our previous industrial zones, farming, forestry, mining, oil. So much to do, guys. Love it all, though. Wouldn't want to trade this for the world. The pace is good. I wish we were just moving maybe a little bit faster sometimes, but sometimes you just got to stop and smell the roses, right? Anyway, so this is turning out great. You guys let me know in the comments. And we'll see you in the next one. Happy building. And I really appreciate you guys just being here along the way. 34 episodes in. That's pretty wild. And we know we're trying to get to big milestone, maybe 100. You know, what I mean, maybe. Let's do it. Let's honestly, let's just swing for the fences. The last one was 80 episodes and change, and it only ended because my computer just like crapped out. You know, just couldn't keep going. But it's 2020. We got better computers now. All right, guys. I look forward to reading the comments as always. You're amazing as always. And yeah, make sure you're staying hydrated, staying happy, staying healthy. And yeah, you know, tell the family that you love them. Sometimes we forget to send those messages out and little things like that. So, you know, if you're at work and you're doing the second monitor thing right now, and you got a text that's on your mind you've been meaning to send a reply to, just do it. Don't have to be anything weird. Don't be like some internet guy reminding me. Just be like, hey, thinking of you. All right, guys, we'll see you again.